I'm just thinking the money is going to appear because we are all individually and collectively doing Sodom work right now.
Mhm.
But I'm still not clear on how that's changed and how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. I can just feel it. So let's make sure, Robert, you make sure you lead the prayers on that because you're numero uno prayer guy in the group. Actually, when the monks were here, okay, I'll just finish with this fast. The monks showed up. I knew they were coming, and I'm busy as hell, so I wasn't going to spend a lot of time. And the next thing I know, Julie said to me, "Hey, the monks said they would come and bless the land here. They heard what we're doing, blah blah blah. Will you be part of it?" And of course, hell yeah. So we spent a day together, which was awesome. And they also blessed my new place. And they're like, "Oh boy, you're going to get all you need around this. You know, we can really feel it." And that just came out of nowhere.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I
Absolutely.
like
And
the
that's
energy.
exactly.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
the energy I'm feeling from here. Like it just feels nice.
Mhm.
And it
Yeah,
feels,
and it
I can
feels
feel the energy. Yeah.
mhm.
And
And it
now
feels very in alignment with spring.
absolutely.
Spring here next week, and it's all of this deep reflection of the winter, because it has been a very, very deeply reflective and transformative winter.
You think?
And and it's all of the seeds that needed to be sowed so we could really feel the um the roots growing and sprouting for spring. So trusting in that. Who
And
wants to open us up
with
in
that,
circle, beautiful humans?
with that, we better hand the stick to Robert and let him lead us in.
Yeah, who wants to open for winter pruning? Or were you volunteering me there, Jim? Was that what it was?
No, I don't. I'm just giving it to you. You're
I was thinking about winter prunings. I mean, that's the time when you prune trees is in the winter when they're not growing, right? And the sap's
Yep.
not flowing. So
Yep, especially in the fall.
coming out of that, time for growth now. Fresh growth, new
Mhm.
growth.
Mhm.
I'll just do a short prayer, I guess. I keep looking at those bees behind Chris there, and Great Spirit, Sky Father, Earth Mother. We gather here at the end of a harsh winter, a much needed winter of change in our personal lives and in Sodom. And we come into the spring, time of pollination, growth. We spent this last year planting seeds. It's the year for bearing fruit. And we blessed all of these efforts to pollinate, to nurture, beginning with our own hearts. As we weave Sodom into our own worlds. And then we come together and weave those pieces together as a whole. We are unified in diversity. We ask for peace here first and out into the world. We might lead the way through example, that things would continue to unfold, that the world of nature and the world of spirit would come together to bless our efforts, provide all those tools that are needed. Oh.
Oh,
Oh, the energy is buzzing out of my hands right now.
A lot of energy in motion. Well, Dad, that's what I felt in Costa Rica. More energy than I could imagine flowing. And then while I'm there, things are happening with Jim. The structure's there, the canal's built, it's gonna flow now. So we just gotta be ready to receive it and act on it.
Mhm.
Don't let it flow by. Otherwise the next guy down the road will grab it. It's not gonna get wasted, but
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, yeah. Can I throw something
I
in?
think that I got my hand up.
Oh, have to. Talking stick to you, Jim.
Yeah, we need a little humor. I just wanted to add quickly, and Robert, you're totally right. The first step in that is, though, we have to recognize it. Things were changing here so rapidly that I almost missed what was actually happening. So I sat back and I recognized, oh, we're creating a community space here. And I almost missed that, which would have shifted how this evolved. So as SODM, I think we need to stay on that too. That's all.
there's his hand still not up, but
No, but let's give it to him. He's
go ahead, Chris.
he's not good on that stuff.
Yeah, this is slightly back to personal. I didn't know if I was going to say anything, but I will. For you, Shami, if you want anything, yeah, I can just feel, Remy coming through. If you want anything from that, you're welcome to ask questions.
Yeah, definitely later. Have it stay on after the meeting if you want, for sure.
Yeah,
Thanks, and I appreciate and recognize all the support you've reached out to and just lending your ear, and I haven't taken you up on it yet, but I just
Timing.
wasn't ready.
Hmm.
But yeah, I appreciate that and want to acknowledge that gratitude for support.
yeah, you're welcome. Yeah,
You
he
better take
actually
over.
hasn't.
You better take over, Robert, or we're going to end up in the
no, they were wrapping up
in the
there.
ocean again.
Uh-huh.
No, just clarify too, energy is always flowing. Just last year, and thanks a lot too to those that are no longer here. It's flowing our direction now.
Yes.
Right? We tapped into that stream and it's coming our way. So
Mhm.
it's always been moving. It's just coming our way now. So take advantage of it. So loving the crafted here because meeting shift time. Yeah, meeting shift time. Do we want to shift the meeting time for the sake of Kiwis?
I think I messed that up.
Yes, Jim.
When we were on the shift in time before, we did shift the time an hour later. I
thought so.
forget. I get screwed up because I sit here and our time doesn't change. So I apologize to Chris, but so it's just confusing. So I think we should probably go, if it's okay, whatever, go back to how that was when we're in this time frame. We should be at 11 o'clock my time and Pacific time, and then is that okay? Does that work for everybody?
Yeah. And I
Okay.
showed up for the meeting
Okay.
Wednesday at the normal time. So, and
Yeah.
it was an hour later.
My brain
Oh,
is,
that's what happened. Oh, because I had a few people who were like, we're waiting in the waiting room. I don't understand. And I was like, I'm not sure what's happening either. Did we get the time wrong? And then I noticed that on our flyers, we have 5 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Mountain, and then 7 o'clock Eastern, but I think it's 8 o'clock Eastern,
Yeah.
right?
His invite actually said Arizona specifically because he was
Yes,
doing
it
it
did.
from his
Yes.
Facebook. So it knew it was Arizona time.
yes.
I went back and looked later. I'm like, oh, that's why I can't get on. And then I had something with Rebecca later and it make it so. Like I said, where consistency is important because several people showed up. I'm not going to look at the invite. I know when it is. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern, so consistency. So I think we need to keep that one consistent I'm going to call it 8 Eastern because that's where I'm at. But which would that be 5 for you, Jim?
Okay, so should we do
5
that?
Pacific.
5 o'clock Pacific and Arizona. It's the same now.
Yeah.
And then so Mountain would be 6.
6. Yeah.
And you would be 8. And what time would it be in Kathmandu in Nepal? Never mind, you missed. You didn't know.
Now, if
Um,
Alian's
Okay.
going to be here, we'll probably have to keep it where it was. I'm just suggesting a move while Alian's not here, because me early in the morning is her late at night. So if we try and make her
Yeah.
shift, she's going to be having to be on midnight or after.
Exactly, yeah.
But
yeah,
that's
that
how
was-
that's how it was before. That's how it was
It's-
last year.
You got people
Yeah.
all over the world. It's unfortunate, but
Yeah, so we can
I know,
only
I wish-
move it while Alian's not here.
I mean,
Oh, that's true. Okay. Yeah, and I think it's important to be able to give her a break too. Like somehow if we can, I don't know, feel into that when she does come back in,
Well-
because it would be nice for her not to have to, since she's been on like the midnight realm this whole time. Let's
yeah.
It's
talk to her about
there's
that when
only-
she comes back.
yeah, and there's only
Talking
so much
stick.
we can do. I mean, really, there's only so much adaptability we can take.
Yeah.
I do it too. I'm up at 2 a.m. for some of these calls that are originating out of India and Africa. So, I mean, we can adapt as best we can, but somebody is going to be either late or early each time. And as our
Yeah.
circle grows, that'll become even more of a thing, I'm afraid. Not afraid, I know.
All right. So to be clear, we settled on Wednesdays. We can stay consistent, 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern, however you want to look at it.
Okay.
Our board meetings, we're
5
going to shift
PS
to
Sorry,
11.
5 PST, 6 MST, and 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we on standard or daylight now? Aren't we on MDT or?
We're in daylight now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that
Arizona's an MST.
shifted.
The rest
Yeah.
of the mountain area is an MDT.
We're on Arizona time.
And Costa Rica doesn't shift either. So they're now 2 hours behind. They're actually
Ah.
mountain time currently. So,
Yeah.
all right. But then the board meetings. So we're clear because we're bouncing between these two meetings back and
Yep.
forth, what we're talking about. Okay. Wednesdays are settled. Board meetings are going to go to 11 Pacific, 2 Eastern.
Yes.
Going to shift them forward an hour, right? Okay.
Yes.
We're all good on that.
Back to where we
Wait,
were.
so so the 11, 12, 1, 2 p.m. Eastern
Yeah.
for our meetings?
Yeah.
1 p.m. MST, 2 p.m. Okay, thanks.
And
Thanks for that clarification.
And right now, Jim, Unity Earth is Wednesdays at 3 o'clock your time. If you want, I can send you a reminder.
Yeah, that'd be great if you can.
I have an alarm set on my phone, and I'll text you.
Yeah, you said you were going to do that, but it hasn't
And I
happened.
I
Yeah.
haven't.
No, it's okay,
So-
but that would be good.
So
'Cause I should-
actually, my alarm was off, but yeah, I've been attending all of them again.
Good.
So I guess I can't promote my stuff in the last week or two before things hit this summer. I got to start letting them see my face 3 months ahead and
Yeah.
get to know me. So
Yeah. If
I've
there's
had a- I've
anything
had
that,
I've had a fair number reach out and say, "Oh, we're really glad you're back there again. Is your nonprofit going to be back again?" And so, yeah, so it's good. And they don't even know we're a part of the same circle at this point, probably.
all right.
Cool. Should we
so
do a little
anything-
reflection on our share circles?
Hold
Yeah.
up, hold up! I see a hand up.
Oh, Chris.
Oh, yes.
Shoot.
hey, got to get a hand up to talk somewhere.
Yeah.
So Wednesday night, your Wednesday night group, which is 2 o'clock my afternoon, I'm quite happy with that from my point of view, because it's in my afternoon, so it works for me whatever time that is. If you've got groups that might be worth me dropping in and listening into and being a part of, I'd be interested as well.
Okay.
He's done.
So it's
Yeah, talking
2
stick in the
p.m.
middle.
New Zealand. Oh, everything's daytime. Oh, everything's DT. God, I'm so confused on
Except for
that. I think
Arizona. Yeah, it's stupid.
it's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
Oh, come on, use New Zealand time. There's only one time zone here.
You know, Unity Earth went through this, and they do everything on Eastern time zone. For some reason, it works. They tried
Yes.
UTC and all these other like the Universal Time, and nobody could figure it out.
nope.
So they stuck to
Everybody gets
Eastern, and
along.
it's kind of worked.
Yep.
Everybody knows New York, I guess. I don't know. All right. So yeah, I haven't made the last two for between my computer going down and the time fiasco. So, um, who wants to?
Well,
I mean, we've had a
in
few
general,
since.
reflection.
Yeah. Anybody want the stick? Shami?
Sure. I think that our consistency has been really well received. I'm getting people all the time who are like, "Oh, what is there a circle going on tonight?" Even though I'm like, "Would you look at the damn like Facebook or something?" Like, yes, it's going on. But so I send out individual invites, but either way, I think it's really nice. And I want to just acknowledge and appreciate us for showing up every Wednesday and providing that consistency for people. And I think that it's just been really, really good, even if it's 2 people that show up to 10 people that show up, I think that's going to keep growing. And I'm really proud of us for making that goal and sticking to it.
Oops.
And I see that it's helping. And yeah, and it helps personally and collectively. And yeah, that's my reflection. Yeah,
That's
that's my
good.
reflection. Talking stick in the middle.
Okay. So, oh, I did put my hand up. Good for me.
Go for it.
Yeah. I don't want to take any lead on this week's because everything's happening for the move this week. I will try to be there, but no guarantees, and that's okay too. So does anybody want to grab this week?
Yeah, let me see.
I would rather do the 27th, but I can just because Rebecca's
fine.
going to be out of town and I'm taking care of Colin for 3 days and running him to baseball practice. And I can do it though if needed on the 20th, but I'd rather do the 27th.
Yeah, I was thinking I should take it. And maybe Christopher and I can do it together. Where did my phone go?
I don't mind
General
playing.
Thunder talked like she wanted to do one.
Oh,
I don't know. She's not here,
So
so
yeah, have to check in with her. She's not officially on the board yet.
yes, she is. Oh, well, we were going to do another vote, weren't we?
Yeah, officially on during. Yeah, we'd already closed out that day.
That's right.
Shall we do
Oh,
that
here-
now?
We could. We have.
Make
we
it
have-
next item on agenda.
Okay.
So we don't.
okay. I'm just looking. So the 20th. I don't mind doing Wednesday.
No.
Um,
Let's use proper words. I'm excited to do
I
it.
yeah, there was just I was gonna commit to something else, but I can do that the other 2 days. So, but yeah, I'm definitely I'm down for doing this spring version of our weekly share circle. I feel like my strength is like just holding space for people to share what's on their heart and reflect. But I really love your topics that you bring in, Jim, especially like expanding into the animals and whatnot. I thought that was really powerful. So I almost want to see if Christopher wants to do this with me, and I lead with like a share circle, and then you have a discussion, maybe like you were just talking about, what were we just talking about? What I really enjoyed what you were saying.
Well, you guys can figure that out outside of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm open to doing that with you.
Cool.
I haven't felt
Okay.
comfortable doing it on my own. because I'm aware
Okay.
I'm good at talking, but I don't always know when to shut up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I liked what you were speaking of about the energetic consciousness through food and whatnot, through the cycles. And as we shift into spring, I think that that would be nice to just to guide and lead into and
Yeah.
see where it flows. Okay, so we'll do that. So we got Christopher and myself.
Perfect.
And then I'll make a little graphic that'll probably be bees. I like the video that was put up. It was nice. It's been fun
Which
making
one's
those.
that?
With the wolves, I like that Jim had the wolves, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna put a little wolf video for the just them howling. So
Mm.
I think that the bees and pollination will be a little theme.
I've got some videos of me with bees on my hand.
Oh, you have some videos of that?
You
Cool.
guys
The
are waxing
spring
poetic
night-
again.
Yeah, 19th is the equinox, so that's kind of something too.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
All right. Jim, your hand was up. Is it related to this or?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. So number one, Shami, that means you have to do it sooner rather than later. You can't do it like Tuesday or Wednesday morning. Doesn't work. People don't see it.
No, I have to do that today.
Okay,
This is
good.
what I have
And
to
then,
do
And
today.
then I will start putting it in the groups again, and I'll spread it out that way.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to put in for a date, Jim, while you're talking?
I don't want any dates. I want to. You mean
Third or
okay.
the 10th? Which one are you excited about? Which one are you more excited about? I know you're excited about all of them, but
Okay, I'm gonna pull a calendar up.
3rd and the 10th.
No,
I know
I love the way it's been going. I think it's awesome, and we all should get a pat on the back. Oh, what's that? Oh. So I don't even know where the hell we are right now. This is nuts. Okay, so
What? Mhm.
shoot. All right, so the 20th is Shami and Chris. So there's who's 27th? Is that you?
Robert.
Yeah, I can
Robert?
shift. So I mean,
Good.
yeah, I'll take one of those three.
Okay, no, it's cool. So I could do the 3rd or the 10th, either one. Doesn't matter.
All right.
Okay.
You're going down for the 3rd
could-
then.
The 3rd,
Perfect. And I can do the 10th.
don't say you're going down for. Say.
You're
No.
elevating up for the
Thank you.
10th, for the 3rd.
Rising to the occasion. Okay.
There you
So
go.
that settles that.
Well, we should probably put it out there because if Gentle Thunder wanted to do something, let's weave her in. And I don't know.
Mhm.
Alianne, we'll find out what's going on. I know she's deep inside again. She's really been doing some work.
Yeah. So if we've got anything else on the upcoming meetings or anything else around the share circles before we back up? Okay. And I'm just gonna throw in that. Ali, and I mean the committees, I think right now we're kind of in they're still coming out of hibernation. I think that's okay. I think what we're doing at the grassroots kind of level, building some community is I think probably the first focus, because one, we need people to put on committees to help run a committee. You
Are we
know,
already down to committees, Robert?
no, just a thought. We were talking about her being
Oh.
gone before we go to vote
okay.
here on Gentle Thunder. I don't feel the need to emphasize committees too much.
Yeah.
You know, we got to get some funds and we need to get community so we can have committees. You know, it's my thought. Yes, Shami.
And I can come back to this too when we go to committees in the meeting, but when I was in a nonprofit, or sorry, I was leading the Interior Design Association. I literally like made flyers about the committees that we have, what they're like asking for people to volunteer for those things, and people signed up for them individually. And that's how our committees were formed. So that's something that could maybe work on in these next within these next couple weeks before our next meeting. And I think that would be a good outreach to pull in that community.
Let's continue when we get down to the discussion on committee.
Let's back up. I threw up there under B under
Yeah.
regular business, Shami. since it's not really part of the share circle. So if we
Uh-huh.
rewind back to 4B, Jim, do you want to start that motion there?
Oh, is that Gentle Thunder?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so we really don't have to, well, we'll say a little bit for posterity. So Gentle Thunder has been attending meetings, and we, I guess, unofficially had welcomed her on. And so I want to propose Gentle Thunder to be an official board member of Sanctuaries of the Earth Mother, with full voting rights and whatever else we do.
I'll second that motion.
Yada, yada, yada.
All in favor, raise your hand. Aye.
Right.
Gentle Thunder is
any nays?
officially,
No,
Yeah.
unanimous. Okay.
Just got to build a roll with the thunder. All right.
beautiful.
That's done. Unanimous. It's official now. And not officially making a cheer yet, Jim, on that. We'll just discuss that later, if marketing or just right now, just a voting member.
Oh. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I think yeah. Um,
Nice. I mean, I'm not saying committee shouldn't be doing anything. I just don't want to put a lot of pressure and burn anybody out. Let's
nope.
community, kind of my focus.
Yep.
So
yeah,
speaking of
Agree.
which, Indigifest, which that just happened, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So who wants a talking stick? Jim?
Yeah. Where to begin? All right, it's thumbnail sketch. I ended up putting up all the money in the beginning because suddenly Jose was broke. He ended up coming up with $150 to pay for the insurance. I put up the rest. We ended up, I'm about 140 short, and Shami actually went out and bought tablecloths, so she's short. I think it was 80.
60.
60, I'm sorry. I apologize. I suggested
That's
to
fine.
Jose if he could raise some cash, it'd be nice if he made us whole. It went well. Well, she's not here, but I'm going to speak to it anyway. So Gentle Thunder was not at all happy with Jose. She knows him even longer than I do. And sometimes Jose does not come through. Or he comes through too late. He's another one who, oh, it's Tuesday and the thing happens Wednesday. There's plenty of time. So I was promoting it big time. Gentle Thunder got most of the speakers. Jose just showed up with his crew. It was great. It was an awesome program. We decided to invite Sunbird. That was great having his youth and his energy and adding in his voice and his music. And then we had another flute player who Gentle Thunder had brought in. It was an incredibly good day. Since that time, and since we're the board, I am just going to put it out there. There was a chat going on, and it was Jose and Gentle Thunder, and then they pulled me in. And Gentle Thunder told him that she said, I'm done. Can't work with you anymore. You don't get things done. And she and I have talked, and we want to continue those. I don't want to steal his name. We may even just call it Back to the Waves of Wisdom. But
Yeah.
we still want to do it, but we're just going to, if he wants to be involved, he can come and be involved, but just as a person. So that's the game plan. Why we didn't have more people come and sign up and pay was partly because that part wasn't promoted well. I actually expected him to do it and he didn't. So we have to figure that out, and maybe we need to go to a place where it's less expensive, because that room they raised the prices a little. It was like $500 for the room, which is quite a bit when you're doing a program like that, which we don't have a big ticket price on. All that said, that's just so as board members, you know what's going on. It was incredibly successful. People loved it. It's gotten a lot of plays online and a lot of questions. So it's part of that building community, Robert, and I could not agree with you more. I mean, that's critical right now. Any questions on any of that?
What,
What's the
so if you could,
attendance?
go ahead.
No, I was just wondering what the attendance numbers were for something like that.
That's a good question. So we had like 42 last time, we had 28 this time. Yeah, and who knows why? We were, General Thunder and I were thinking maybe we have to move to a venue in Sedona next time. The problem again is finding a place that's affordable up there, but there are a few that we can explore. My friend Rebecca knows some of them, so I'll go to them.
And maybe they could be outdoors and during the day.
Maybe.
Depends on the time of year, I guess, right?
Exactly right. He sure as hell not going to do it in the summertime during the day.
Right.
And one more question.
I do like
What's the
it being,
frequency of those? I'm sorry, I'm trying to learn a little more about these. The frequency of the Indigifest, how often?
So this one, the first one we did was November, and Jose was jumping through the moon because it was the biggest and best he'd had to date. And so he asked that we do it again in February. So that was 3 months apart. I would say that's a minimum space between them. Yes. You might want to go, maybe we want to go to 3 a year, 2 or 3, I don't know. And fill in with other things. I know we'll be doing things around my place and other places, so.
okay.
That was what? Was that February or March? I'm confused.
What
March 3rd
was,
is when you did it, right?
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
So it would be like in June or something if that was going to be the next June or July. That ain't going to be outside.
well, it said it was, see, November, December, January, February, March. That was 4 months in between, March, April, May, June, July. That would be July is the next one. You definitely, for those kinds of things, you want to have 4 to 6, at least 4 months to plan it. 6 months to plan an event is the smartest thing you can do if you want good attendance.
Mhm.
Christopher?
Raise his hand.
Yeah, part of me sort of looking at this as part of the bigger plan. We've got a Wednesday night. We're learning that consistency is working.
Yeah,
Jim, having activities at your place, just being on people's social window. So when we have these bigger events, we've already got an audience participation and hopefully recognition of quality as well.
hopefully.
Talking stick in the middle.
Okay. Just to add to kind of our structure on this. So some of the things that were done good was just a lot of positive responses afterwards. Which isn't even something that's done good, that's just aftermath. I guess community engagement, community engagement was something that was good. The group of speakers was beautiful. What else was done good? Our musical diversity, maybe?
No, that's good. I think in general, it was well done. We met our goals.
What were the goals?
To have a place where elders could come and speak to certain questions for as long as they wished. That was the simple goal of the thing. Everything else we put on top to make it a little more interesting.
That's risky. How many days did that last?
You're right.
The question would actually be, Robert, if you were being honest, is how many months would that last?
Right.
Until the next one, right? We start
Right.
all over.
And
One
there
thing
was-
I think that was really done well is I thought that having a mediator with questions to guide the discussion, I thought that was really I thought that was strong and something that should continue.
And I had brought that up ahead of time. Jose did it at the first one. And Jose, he could be in the Chris model often and just start talking. And you don't want to do that if you're the moderator. And so I thought, it might be nice if we had somebody to moderate who actually does it and is willing to, and so I think Zoe did that. Yeah, she did a nice job.
Uh-huh.
And I worked with Julia, so she was doing all the recording and streaming, and that worked really well. So yeah, there was a good allocation of jobs.
Yeah, okay, good. And I also thought it was good that we had some sort of refreshments because it did last like 4 hours, So I think that when we do these further, we should have that in the budget just to have something light snacks and like tea or something.
We're going to discuss
Keeps the attention.
we're going to discuss all those parts. I really don't want them to be 4 hours. I think that's too much.
Okay, so that's something that could be done better then, right?
Yeah, and General Thunder and I are going to sit and talk more about that. She likes that model because people can talk, and that's a point too. But it's hard to keep people engaged.
like that
We
too.
did have a break at one point, and I counted 5 people who left. Now that's always going to happen. So
Oh.
it's not and a couple of them I knew, and I went to them afterwards, and they just said, "Oh man, it was really tired." Actually, one of the speakers had to leave too. White Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
So and I guess you have to accept that when it's that long. The question is, do we do it that long or a little shorter? And it'll come to us.
Okay, so 5 guests and 1 speaker left.
Just throwing ideas in. One of the things you point out, Shami, is the musical diversity. Like usually, if you're talking with a group, 20 minutes attention is doing damn well. Anything over that, you start losing it. So I know giving them enough or their free time to talk can be a thing, but that 20-minute talk is good, and talk, music, have a break, talk, music, talk, whatever, have changes. And like somebody did in the one I was at, they got people standing up for a bit or moving. So get people up, do a bit of movement. Shami, I don't know if that's in your forte. Just having somebody there who can do that. So we have talking, music, movement, whatever, diversity, changing the attention, breaking that sort of mental strain.
I think that's
that's a good call.
Yeah, and that's a double thing, Chris. You're right. We should plan that ahead of time. That wasn't a thing that Jose likes doing. I just said, well, we're going to do it. And then we had the people who could do it. But that should be in there because that should be promoted as part of the package. That will also increase attendance, I think. Because you're right. It's a certain person who's going to come knowing they're going to listen to people talk and be engaged in conversation for 4 hours. If they know there's going to be, well, for want of a better word, entertainment interspersed, that makes it a little more palatable to other people.
Yeah. One of the things I feel I would like to have seen in one of the meetings is a little bit more public involvement for those who are attending, so they can, it's nice having a list of questions beforehand, but it's nice to get people interactive because things can always arise as the meeting goes on. And not saying that we have to do that every time, but I think having, if we're going to have them as regular, have at least one a year where the people really do get to ask.
Yeah, that becomes a different event. Now, we did take 2 questions from the audience and 1 from the virtual audience near the end.
I think it was just 1 virtual and 1 from the audience. I don't remember 2 questions from the audience.
No? Okay, I thought we got that second one. Maybe we got too long and we stopped. Because we needed
Yeah, I think it was just the water question.
Yeah. That place is very good to us. They let us come early, they let us stay late, and they haven't harassed me on that.
Okay, that's good.
I think it went
So
great.
if he-
I think it has huge potential.
Mhm.
I don't want to arbitrarily remove Jose from everything we do, but I want to be careful how we use him, and I've always known that.
Yes. He has a lot of, how do I say this in a
He's got
nice
baggage, both good
way?
and bad. Not good and bad, positive and negative.
He cannot be, he doesn't need the spotlight all the time.
And that is something he likes. Absolutely right. I took some of it this time. I did it intentionally. The opening people thought was great, and I took over on that so we could do it together. And I know he wasn't
Yeah,
expecting that.
I loved how go ahead, sorry.
No, he wasn't expecting that, but it worked beautifully. And you know, like Chris was saying, we got everybody engaged and involved in that part.
Yeah. It's one thing I always enjoyed when we're doing things together. Well, we did everything together. The way you were always able to open and lead into things was just beautifully, and you set it up so well just to drop me into it. For me, that model worked really well with us anyway.
Yeah. It's listening to the mother and listening to creator.
Yeah.
Robert, you better
I
grab this
loved
again.
how,
Oh,
well, and I just love how I thought the opening ceremony was really well done.
Yes, and we got a lot of
The
positive.
both of them
feedback
together.
coming. Yep.
Yeah. And I thought that also the aesthetics of the place helped the energy flow,
Yes.
and setting up the crystal grid with
Yeah.
God, I keep forgetting his name.
Doesn't matter.
Starts with a K.
That guy.
But yeah, but that was really powerful. So yeah.
I guess the closing question on that is we continue to work with Jose for now.
I don't want to,
Right.
I won't close him out. If Gentle Thunder doesn't wish to work with him, that's her choice.
Okay.
On this particular sort of program, I'd like to try one just with she and I on the next time and see what happens.
Okay.
But there's other things he wants to do, and I'm willing to a certain extent, but when we're gonna lead it, and I ended up taking over the whole front end of that thing, and Gentle Thunder took over getting people, then it stays with us. And that means in the beginning, we put our website, we put our cash accepting ways, it goes right to us.
Mhm.
He's not a third party who's not even putting any skin in the game.
I think at least leading up until our waves of wisdom, we stay with them, and then we can draw people into that, and then from there we can springboard. And
Yeah,
I kind of put it on there, Jim. You and I talked about it 3 weeks ago. Is do we do a spring event? It's a little late, but maybe going into
Mhm.
25, unless we did something virtual. I think we need to mix some more virtual stuff in to
yeah,
build community around the
absolutely.
globe. But yeah, I think it's bringing value for us still. And then when we do Waves of Wisdom in the fall or whenever we do it, that'd be a good jump point if we want to go solo. But we need to build community and
Yep.
work with people. So, and they're not always going to be easy to work with,
No,
no matter how
Mhm.
great they are.
it's difficult to
Mhm.
find perfect people. And there's the four of us, and I worry about the three of you a lot. So yeah, it's hard.
Jesus.
I worry about all four. So,
That's an old joke rephrased.
all right. So are we closed on Indigifest then? We
Mhm.
good there?
Yeah, the last thing
You
I just
better
want to
be.
put into play, just to reiterate, so what could be done better was the time frame of the event, so 4 hours with the break. Just working on that, keeping the engagement, the public engaged of the guests. The time frame of the speakers talking, the financial structure and support. So if we put on the event, it goes through our system, our
Mhm.
donation base. And the thing with on that too was at the end of the event, whoever the collaborators are, everyone needs to have a meeting on the finances at the end. Or like just a meeting at the end, a closing thing, because I felt like it was very scattered at the end there. And Jim and I put together the things in the evening, and it was not addressed properly. So everyone left feeling like they were supported. So making sure that whoever the collaborators are, we go over specifically the finances and make sure everyone feels supported after.
Yep. And I could
Before we
talk about more
disperse.
more of those things, but if we want to talk about event stuff, we can do a separate meeting and have a general format. Might be a good idea. We don't have a lot of time left, and I think
Yeah, no. So the only thing I'm put
Okay.
just on the next meeting, or let's just keep these events where we don't have dates. Let's bring them up every meeting and check in,
okay.
just like on a date, and that way we can be ahead of it and don't count on Jose, and then we can promote it
Mm-hmm.
to our
Mhm.
channels, and
Yep.
then people will just think it's ours because we're the ones that's promoting it 3 months in advance
Mm-hmm.
instead of
Uh-huh.
2 days in advance, right? So that okay, we'll close it out. But
Okay.
so ways of wisdom. Um, I guess we can go through these in any order, but we do got to move a little quick. We may go just a little over. I don't like that.
We could also set a meeting to talk about waves of wisdom and what that upcoming looks like.
Well, we'll have to have a big planning meeting, I think, separate from here, but
Mhm.
we need to probably at least rough a few things in. And I just threw up a few things, just don't have to discuss it. I just want visibility there. You've seen below for upcoming events. That's the low hanging fruit, working with Unity Earth. I think, and Jim, I'll remind you, we start getting on those calls and we can bring these up in future meetings. I just want to, just for visibility, I kind of like these things to be on the minutes, even if we don't talk
Mhm.
about it. But I think biggest thing is, I mean, just so we know when we need to start doing hard planning, if we jump to D, I mean, what are we thinking? I know we can't get a hard date, but can we get a 3 or 4 week window?
No,
No, they're not even that close yet. Okay.
things are in such flux. Okay, so I was wondering the other day, and I don't want to go into a big discussion on this yet because there's just not time right now. Some of these things we're going to have to do separate discussions if we want.
Mhm.
The way things are evolving, I wonder if Wings of Wisdom turns into it, and I haven't talked to her yet, but my friends where the Sweat Lodge is, and they also have a Red Lodge for the women are doing their monthly lodge.
Nice.
And a medicine circle. They did the first one last week. And so there's a lot of things there. I wonder if they would welcome us doing something like that on their property, and we just kept it simple. That's a possibility. I don't see us doing it in the spring in a big way because that damn near, I mean, Chris and I were running 24/7 when he was here just to try to figure something out. We don't want to be in that position. I sure don't. So maybe it's informal something in the spring, something starts at my new place, the community place, moves over to the ceremony place. And then we do something bigger in, like you said, Robert, maybe it'll fall. I
Yeah.
don't know, it's just my thought.
4 months from now is August and September. And last time we did it at the beginning of September. And it seemed like the weather in Sedona was really nice at that time.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning of my journey up to
Yep.
Oregon, which is like my yearly pilgrimage now. So the beginning of September, end of August.
Yeah, it's just right, but who knows
Right.
weather these days. So, okay.
I think some of these things are going to have to fall out and they'll jump on the calendar and we decide, okay, how much time do we need? And that's where we put it until we get, you know, I hear what Robert's saying. I keep coming back to it. We really have to build community right now and we're all working on it. All of us. I mean, I'm watching it just energetically. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hear that everything shifts, but I think it's good to have a goal of like at least a month of saying that it's 4 months from now is August, September. So why don't we say that we do a Waves of Wisdom event August or September and then see where it goes from there.
Probably because at this moment, I'm not willing to commit to that. and I'm the one here.
All right.
I'm being just
We're-
brutally honest.
No, that's
I'll-
good.
I'll-
I mean,
I
we're
can-
6 months.
Yeah, and I can talk to Gentle Thunder. And maybe that is the new Indigifest turns into a, combination thing. That's possible. There's a big Indigifest going on in July up in Northern California, and they want me to be there as one of the elders. Whether I can make it or not, I don't know. And Jose's not the one. That's Williams. What's his name? Williams is the lead on that. And it could be really big. I just don't know if I can do it. And I need some funding at this point because this place is tapping me out. So it may still happen.
Right. Well,
And that's literally Indigifest or the idea of Indigifest, the
It's a
wisdom
Digifest.
gathering.
He's got Jose involved, but then Jose decided he didn't know if he could commit or not because he needed money to get up there too. So, but
Mhm.
there's a group of us and a group of elders, and he's been working on that. So it's Indigifest as part of a larger thing. Yes,
So when's that again?
that's beginning of July, I think, Chris.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
and for me, just a little quick. My niece is getting married in early May, so I'm planning on heading back east in May to be there for her wedding and probably spend a week or two around my sister and then come back. So May, I'll still do things. I'll just be on the road.
yeah. Having some plans and dates at some point, I'm taking at the moment, dates isn't a good thing for you, Jim, until you feel settled down with your move
Yeah.
and get a sense of direction.
Mhm.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Dates and things are handy for me if I'm looking at coming out again.
Mhm.
Dates are real handy to know when it's handy for me to be there,
Mhm.
Yeah. And we can look at whether I'm aiming for 3 months or 6 months.
Mhm.
Because if we did 6 months, I could possibly come up to the one in California if you go that far.
I think we're going to get a lot more clarity around things in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just feeling into what we've said today. And, Shami's thinking, well, maybe she needs to be here some and there some. I'm thinking I need to be doing this some and over here some. So we are forming a new way of doing this.
Yeah.
And Chris,
Yeah.
you come more than 5 or 10 miles to get here. So whenever that starts to feel right, we'll just start creating around it.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm starting to feel June, July somewhere.
That's what I've been feeling too.
May feels a little bit early unless it's the very end of May, but June, July, that gives me August, September, October.
Well, yeah.
Could even do late November again, just depending. I've still got to talk to the American Embassy to see about getting a 6-month thing.
Yeah. And you could come in May, but I won't be here. So that's also,
Oh, makes it a bit pointless
yeah,
being
it
there.
does, doesn't it?
Oh, not really. I can still talk to the trees and
That's
whatever.
true. Absolutely. The key will be under the mat.
yeah.
All right. So into the story
And-
is we don't have a date. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
And
Shami, go
and
ahead.
I'm traveling pretty much the whole month of June, possibly leaking into July. I'll be in LA early June and then Spain and Portugal with family. So yeah, I'll be on the road and I don't know how much Wi-Fi and stuff I'll have in Spain and Portugal or whatnot, but just put that in there.
Hmm.
And I'm looking to come out to Jim in May.
No. I thought it was April. May I won't be there.
Maybe mid to end April,
Yeah.
but I have the retreat the 5th through the 7th, and I'm gonna need a week after, probably a couple weeks after that to decompress and make sure things are settled here and have money to go up there and stuff. So
My
maybe
niece's wedding is on May.
oh yeah,
It's May 10th. So
May 10th.
I'd probably be leaving around the 5th. 4th or 5th.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So then second week of April, I should come out.
That would make the most sense. And we could, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're doing, but there's stuff we need to do here. Yeah. That feels right.
All right.
Okay.
We're still on waves of wisdom.
Thanks.
The waves of wisdom
We're
right
closing that
now
out
is-
for this
Yeah,
week,
it's
right?
just little
Okay.
tiny waves. There's no
So, no,
tsunami yet.
a lot of energy's moved in the last 5 weeks, so I kind of agree with Jim.
Oh, yeah.
We've brought it up.
Yeah.
It's out there now. We put it out there. Let's let this water flow and see what comes up in the next few weeks. September is almost 6 months out.
Yep.
So over the next 6 weeks, 7 weeks, we should probably try to get a date. And then that gives us
Yes.
4 months to plan and promote.
Yeah.
So we're still okay. But if we start talking about it then we'll have 2 months.
Yeah.
So we start talking about it now,
Hmm.
so we can actually start planning in 2 months. Okay.
Yep.
That's why I say these things just got to be on the agenda every week just to be,
Yeah,
but that is the big one on here. So, and we don't need to
Yeah,
discuss the other things I put on there.
No.
Kind of, if you have any questions about what they are, ask. But, World Unity Week, Peace Week, if you're not
Yeah.
familiar with that, I can't remember the one in December, Jim, that
Yeah.
Chief Bill does. So
Chief
I'll
Phil.
remember the name and I'll put it on here.
And they were just asking me to go down to Mexico for the thing that's going on now, and I just can't because I'm in the middle of a move.
Okay.
So there's a ton of things. I think
Yeah.
really what's coming is we're all talking this piece. And I say this in all love and respect and in gratitude. We've evolved into this space we're in now. We spent a lot of time putting this thing together. We did a lot of groundwork and those people who were here to help with that, God love them, because if they hadn't been here, we probably wouldn't have gotten it done.
Hmm.
But right now, this is for the dreamers. And that doesn't mean we don't have to ground, and we will.
Mhm.
But I think we're doing exactly what we need to be doing right now. I really honestly feel that. Even
Yeah,
if
and we
it's frustrating sometimes.
I say we can't pick every piece of fruit off the tree. So
No,
everything that comes up, throw it on the agenda.
yeah,
We're just going to toss the bones,
Hmm.
and the ones that are going the right direction will pick up.
that's good.
yep,
You know what I mean? But let's just throw them all
Yep.
out there, and then something will
Yeah.
feel good and it'll feel right and it'll happen. But let's
Mhm.
put it all out there. And what
So
aligns?
essentially,
What's the
yeah.
right? Can't chase every shiny thing. You'll never get anything done.
No,
So essentially can have 10 ideas, throw 9 of them out, keep one in it. It'll be a
Exactly.
good one.
But if you throw one out, you end up with none, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, right.
what they call it, throwing mud on the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
there's another,
Right.
but we won't go there. Mud's okay.
All right. So we're good with the upcoming events, at least for this session.
I think so.
We're going to speed through this because we're pretty
Oh,
much out of
I also
time.
have a women's circle coming up on Tuesday.
Okay.
That I'm putting stuff out for now. So that'll be, I'll promote that through Sodom as
Good.
well.
That's good. I was just gonna say you should, yeah.
Um,
Those are the kinds of things too, Shami, that we could definitely do here when you're here, over at the site where the lodges and all are. They have the group there
Yeah.
who are doing the women's thing, so I know they'd welcome that sort of.
And that is what I'm really, really being called to. Like
Yep.
going to that Red Tent Women's Retreat in the Dominican
Mm.
Republic, I'm like, I want to gather my sisterhood strongly now. So I'm definitely down
Okay.
for that. And who knows, maybe I'll be at your place while you're gone.
That's possible.
Maybe I
That's
can
always
take care of the
possible too.
pups, and
No, that's a possibility. Yeah,
so we'll see.
yeah.
cool.
Just,
Yeah.
Okay, Robert, go.
Anything on finance that we need to go over there? I see PayPal donation update. Did you have something?
No, as soon as I
Uh,
get moved in, I guess. I think by the next meeting, if we don't hear and it doesn't change, we have to take action on Don. And send a thank you. Enough's
Okay.
enough. And then we have to shift things around. So I have all the financial stuff here. I still don't have access to our bank there, and I have to find out what that's about. And
Okay.
the address, maybe we move here, Robert, since I now own a place, it could be here as the home base, or
Okay.
it could be at your place, one or the other. But we have to function on those things. Right
Yeah,
now, the
they do.
finances are simple. We don't have any.
Yeah. No, I mean donation drive. I mean, you gotta have community to drive donations, right? So build
Correct.
community.
Yep.
And that's going to be the source to everything. That's manpower. That's dollar power. That's
Yeah.
word of mouth. I mean, it's marketing. It's everything. So
Yep.
okay.
Mhm.
Agreed.
Speeding through anything else? Anything under finance from anybody else we want to discuss real quick?
That's about it.
All right. So if you hear something, Jim, just get with me. Keep me updated. If I need to drive up to whatever it is, Maryland, whatever, I can do that.
Okay.
I got to go face to face and sit in the bank and take care of stuff.
Okay.
Committees, education chair is still open. Chris, do you have anything for connection or reconnection you want to throw out?
Nothing that I haven't said already.
Okay.
I'll keep you in touch with what's happening with the Canadian connection.
Okay. Yes, Shami?
I guess this just goes across all of them, but maybe Christopher, maybe you could write out or feel into what the goal of Connections Reconnections is. Like if we were to ask for people to join that committee, what are they joining?
That's a
Can you
good
feel into
question
that?
because to me it's a feeling. It's something I do on a personal basis, and I wouldn't have a clue how to put it into words.
Maybe you
Let-
could put it into a
So-
poem.
That I
I'll-
could possibly do. If you
I'll
read most of
just-
the stuff I write, it's about connecting with nature, ourselves. Because the first thing is, if we don't connect with ourselves, then there is no self to connect to nature. So it's virtually
Right, so
always,
maybe, mhm.
okay, well, there's something written already. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect,
what-
thank you.
Okay.
You can direct to email me.
Yeah,
I will
thank you
look,
for,
I'll look through things. All the committees of sanctuaries, I had the write-ups for all of them. I did most of them originally, although other people did some of them. And if I have them, I'll pass them on.
Okay.
Because some of them might have to be shifted a little, but they're still valid. And we don't want to be forming too much in the way of committees until we're ready to deal with it. Anybody who forms a committee
Sure.
has got to be ready to deal with it, or it'll just crash and burn.
I just,
Right. I just
mean-
want to define them
Yeah,
so we
Yep.
can start to bring people into them.
I had Chat GBT write some earlier. I was working on it. Like, God, I suck at this. I'm like, wait a second, Chat GPT. So I had to
I
write
don't know what that
some,
is.
that's that damn
OpenAI.
virtual- That's that virtual crap.
It is, I've discovered it is one of the most valuable tools over the last few weeks for so many things just to
Wow.
help, like
That's
grunt
another
work type stuff.
conversation. I hate
But
the
it-
AI stuff.
Yeah. Gives me a starting point to build off of.
I know.
Honestly, it helped me out when I created an Eventbrite like the
Mhm.
other day. I was like, oh, it just generated a summary and it's not exactly what I want, but that's a good
Yeah.
grounding start.
Good
I was
tool when
like,
used
okay.
properly.
Yeah.
So anyways, okay. Jim, fundraising grants, we got nothing going on there right now. The works being discussed. Okay. I am no longer multimedia and it didn't make sense. So I took it off. That'll fall under marketing. And we're still
Mhm.
maybe have a marketing chair, maybe not. I guess we'll see there. So
Okay.
anything
Yeah,
from
General
you, Sean?
Thunder sent a note that she saw something from Robert that said the meeting was going to be at 5 o'clock. I don't know what she saw. But she should have seen what I sent out. So she should have known it was this morning. It's always in the morning. So whatever.
No, okay.
It's okay. She can
Yeah.
Gentle Thunder when you're watching this. All good.
right,
Hi.
Good there. When are we meeting next? We go in 2
Let's see.
weeks or do we need a little extra time? Is that too soon?
I think 2 weeks always feels like it's good just to check in.
Excuse me.
even
Okay.
if we didn't have
Whoops.
everything complete, you know?
I have a rule, meetings never go late, but they can finish early.
Yeah.
And here we are, we're now 6 minutes late, so
30th.
there,
Oh, okay. So here's one thing. Yeah, the 30th is a pretty big day for me here at the studio. We have a yin yoga massage workshop and a bonfire drum circle. So all of that starts at 1:30 p.m. So that day I'm actually not good. I could be good on Sunday the 31st,
No, I can't do
but
Sunday.
it's Easter.
yeah, so and then the 6th is my retreat. So the 30th and the 6th, if we do it those days, I just won't be able to be there.
So we'll have to do it without you because we can't, I don't think we want to go a month.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll check in on the 30th again.
we'll try the 30th. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Chris?
Yeah, Trish, any day's good for me.
Right.
So that's the 30th of March.
At 11 a.m.
Yes.
Mountain Time.
Thank you. 11 a.m.
MST,
Wait a minute.
which will be the same as,
MDT.
No,
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 Oh, God.
no.
It's
It'll
2
no,
Eastern.
no. It'll be 11
11
a.m.
Arizona time.
Pacific time. No. Right?
Yes, it'll be 11, 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific. So it's 11 Arizona time,
Oh,
which is
shit.
MST,
Okay.
12 MDT, 1 CDT.
So it's
Two
11,
EDT.
it's 11 Pacific.
So what's that New Zealand time?
What do you,
3 in the
how many
morning.
hours are you off of Eastern?
I'm 7:38 a.m. now.
You'll be an hour later than today.
So you're
Okay,
7
so that'll
hours,
be, yeah, 7 in the morning. We start
7
for me.
a.m. New
On
Zealand.
the 31st.
No, on the 30th. Oh, for you to 31st, correct.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
Not only did the
7,
hours, but the days change.
8:30. Yeah, because you're in.
Well, I'm obviously ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
So we're actually gonna. I'm helping here, Shami. Hopefully, I'm not messing you up down here.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
And when are we co-hosting, Shami?
Well, okay, you're doing that.
That is Wednesday.
Offline with that,
That
offline.
is not Arizona. Yeah, take Arizona out of there. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. 12:12 Eastern. Okay, cool. And then where is Allianz in India right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's where she, that's
Is
where
that
she is.
BST or IST?
It's India.
IST.
British B would probably be British, right? Because she was ahead of us. So
know.
that was. This was England, right?
Yeah.
I believe she's 7 hours the other way. Although she has her time changes too, so who the hell knows?
I'll figure. Oh,
She
And
never
I
was
mind.
thought
good.
that
She was good with it when we
Sona-
had it at these times last year. That's all I know.
Give her anything except for Arizona time, and she'll figure it out.
Correct.
Give her Pacific, give her Eastern, and she'll sort it out for what time she needs to be here.
That's right.
Just don't give her Arizona time.
No.
So, okay, so yeah, right now, 12, you know, it's kind of interesting. So for me, Alien is like pretty similar time, just in the opposite morning or evening. So right now her time is 12:10 a.m. So she meets around 12 a.m., which is what is said on there.
Okay, let's.
It's about 12 a.m.
Yeah, let's not get in. She'll figure it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Weeds.
Okay.
I don't see we have any action items. I'm going back to my old action items from before, so I'm working on videos again. I had all the video backed up, but I did not back up my project files. Lesson learned. So anything I was in the middle of editing is gone. Or if
Oh,
I want to go back
no.
and do a re-edit on something, it's all gone. So for $5 a month, I can actually get cloud backup from this, and I should have done it. But why I didn't grab the project files from DaVinci Resolve when I backed up video, I don't know, but it's okay. I needed a clean start, I think. So
Yes. So did we lost all the footage from Waves of Wisdom?
no, I have the footage. I lost all the editing I'd done so far.
Oh.
Yeah, it's okay.
So sorry.
Any finished products like the music videos, the music I'd put out, that got backed up because it was a finished product. I just can't go back and re-edit it, but we're all good. So, all right. Anything else that was not on agenda that we need to talk about really quick? And we can close and chit chat if you want, but we good? All right. Who wants to take us out?
I think that's good.
I can take us out if you want.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, okay. I'd like to thank the spirit energy that's been here guiding us, the mother and her energy. I'd like to give thanks to the community that we're developing, our communication, the way we share and interact. Giving thanks for that and how we've been brought together in an equal way, the way the mother's been showing us. I'd like to give thanks for the heart space it's been here and the love we've shared between each other. May we follow this through this week and next week and through to the next meeting and realize this is the way we've been guided. Thank you very much.
hope.
Dr. Austin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.
Oh,
Welcome.
so
Good job, guys. We can.
April 6th, 7th is my last class. I'm free of that.